Welcome to the Healthful Aging Conference in Second Life and Beyond. I'm Lynn Barrett, Lissena, also known as Wisdomseeker in Second Life. 10 years ago this April, I founded a group I named Whole Brain Health in Second Life. So it's fitting that we are in a sense celebrating that event with this conference. You can see how we've grown since then. On April 28, 2013, I was invited to speak about brain health at the Virtual Ability Spring Conference. It was my first conference in Second Life, and I was terrified I would fall off the stage. The next day, many of the Virtual Ability folks came to support my very first brain health fair in Second Life. I was attempting to replicate the kind of fair that before then had been held only in First Life. That was the beginning of WBH as an interactive, immersive experience. If anyone watching this feels they are too old to learn how to navigate a virtual world, what is now being called the metaverse, you should know that I did not even realize that Second Life existed until December of 2011, when I was 73 years old and considering retirement from my psychotherapy practice. This occurred at a positive aging conference where an avatar who is here today introduced me to Second Life by sharing the project she had designed, which was commissioned by the National Library of Medicine. And that is Janaya Moraine, who told the story. Her Uncle D story quest had us journey through one person's experience of HIV/AIDS on the island of Karuna. Karuna is empathy in Sanskrit. I was amazed and excited by this new experience. I wondered if the programs my husband and I had developed, which used music to enhance crucial abilities like focus, concentration, and memory, as well as overall well-being, might be possible in a virtual environment. First time I'd ever thought about that. We had been producing a blog called Music and Happiness, which is based on his background as a musicologist and mine as a positive psychologist, since 2007, and presenting our approach at conferences where we got people to treat their bodies as instruments. For example, we'd ask them, beat on your chest while you're listening to this music, beat on the arm of a chair, and people really found that vibration was so essential to some of the experience they had of the music. I'm giving you the backstory of this conference by tracing the evolution of whole brain health in Second Life, which shows that age is not a factor in Second Life the way it so often can be in First Life. Where else could an 85-year-old woman put together a week-long conference that offers over 50 events in one location and have so much generous help and collaboration? For those of you who are not in Second Life, I couldn't do better than to read to you what an SL resident wrote to me when I asked, "How has aging in Second Life benefited you in your life in-world and out-world?" So this is the resident's words. "The main benefit I've found in Second Life is the great and sometimes surprising relationships I've encountered here. SL is really ageless when it comes to approaching and learning about others and their situations, while having fun like youngsters. And many times these friendships have crossed over into real life in rewarding ways. As for me," continuing what she said, "I want to focus on the psychological and almost philosophical benefit that has meant the most to me. Second Life for me is a whole new kind of inner life that allows people with possibly increasing limited real-world opportunities to manifest their imagination and creativity, to flourish in an environment that is vastly bigger than their own brains. The main bonus in Second Life is that the inner world we get to inhabit for however many hours we wish to do so is inhabited by other living, breathing spirits we meet here in whatever guise they choose to present to us. We are stimulated and challenged and rewarded for efforts to take what's in our heads and make it relevant and maybe useful to other people. and our efforts are reciprocated in whatever modality you wish to describe as reality. As someone who has aged in here up to now, I can say that the enrichment of my life in both worlds comes from the antidote to isolation that SL perpetually offers. So, other benefits of aging in Second Life. I thought I'd list some. So, it's easy to make new friends from around the world. You have 24/7 access for nights you can't sleep. You can decide how to present yourself visually and by your behavior. Isms like ageism and ableism are challenged. Imagination, inspiration, creativity are stimulated. Are there jerks? Yes, but you can always teleport away from them. So the planning for this conference started this January when our SL friend Stephen Gazier offered to repeat a talk on aging for WBH, Whole Brain Health, that he had given to the SL Science Circle. I missed our old fair days, which were just one day and also a lot of work like this, so I thought it might be good to add a few more perspectives, to do this slowly over a week. Before I knew it, as you can see from our jam-packed schedule, so many organizations in Second Life were eager to participate. Some of them suggested outside speakers, people they knew who had never been in Second Life. To bring them in, we have had to be flexible and think outside the box. That's why some of our speakers have pre-recorded their contributions, while others will speak live here on our main stage. All will take part in the live Q&As after their talks, some in Second Life and some not. Here is a list for the week as we have planned it. So I just want to explain to you what we're doing and how we're doing it here. Hopefully this will help you. Recorded and live stream sessions like this one, which are here on the main stage. Live speakers are already SL residents. These will be live stream recorded by Ageless Mind Project. Monday, May 15th at 9 a.m., me welcoming you. Tuesday, May 16th at 10 a.m., Stephen Gazier, or Stephen Zoot-Fly here, will speak on why we age, which will give us a lot of research-based biological information about it and what we can do about it. Wednesday, May 17th, Val, librarian, is going to speak here for half an hour on meta-literacy for elders, and then she will take people over to her exhibit that she and P have made, and that will not be recorded or live streamed. And later that day, 12 p.m., Shyla and Caddy will speak about my SL Living Will. We've had many people pass away, as I said, and we have found that we should be thinking about protecting our legacy here and allowing others to use it after we have gone. So they're going to speak about how to do that. Thursday, Jen Heron's going to talk about proactive health, things your doctor doesn't always tell you. Saturday, Stacy Lee, is going to speak about mature military veterans in Second Life and all the kinds of services they are offered here that affect them and help them in real life. She does amazing work. And then at 10 a.m., Phil Youngblood is going to speak here about his work as a Texas master naturalist, getting back to nature. That's going to be a hoot, I can tell. These presentations will be followed by a Q&A that will not be live streamed or made public to preserve audience privacy. Pre-recorded sessions. I want to explain a bit about those. These pre-recorded speakers are not in Second Life regularly or at all. We have 3 of them. Links to their recordings will be given in nearby chat when you're here, and they will also be seen on the media on a prim hiding behind my slideshow at the conference. They'll be followed by a live Q&A with a moderator in Second Life. So Thursday, May 18th at 9 a.m., Dorian Mincer, who is a psychologist who speaks a great deal on aging. We'll talk about your bonus years. She's using this as a preparation for a live presentation she's giving that evening, which is kind of funny. At 2 p.m. that same day, Angela Allen, who is the director of an Osher Lifelong Learning Institute in California, is going to speak about our opportunities to join these programs online, no matter where you live. And on Sunday, May 21st at 9 a.m., Joshua Barrett is going to talk about music as brain food by using Bernstein's Candide. And he is known in Second Life as Music Man. I think he's come in 4 times. He is my Second Life partner. These presentations will be followed by Q&As that will not be recorded or live streamed or made public to preserve audience privacy. I just wanted you all to know that. Other conference events. Many of the WBH ongoing programs will be focusing on aspects of aging this week. These are things we normally have during the week. We have a lot of things going on every day. They include music, discussions around aging, support groups, play readings, meditations, and a charming music and art improv. Many other activities such as creative aging workshops. There's 2 people here who are doing those kinds of things. You know them well. They can put their names right in chat if they want to. Gaming, which will happen. We're playing D&D on Sunday and learning about gaming for seniors. And special exhibits are being offered by our colleagues here on Inspiration Island or on their own regions. These are real food for spirit, mind, and body. And again, I want to suggest you get the HUD that is at the entrance here, and that you take a note card from the box on the front of the stage that has the week's events and the landmarks and the slurls to all these events. And we may change some of them over the week, so we'll let you know if we have to do that. So try as many of these activities as you can to discover your own best ways to promote your well-being in Second Life and beyond. We're always interested in the transfer from one place to another. 2 roundtables will give us opportunities to share experiences and ideas for aging well in Second Life. And I'm really interested to see what you all come up with there. So join us on Tuesday, May 16th at 4 p.m. at the WBH Relationships Circle for one of them. And then we're doing it again on Friday, May 19th at 9 a.m. at Nonprofit Commons. You can welcome to attend either one. And none of these events are being live streamed or officially recorded by WBH for post-conference viewing. So these are strictly in-world here. We've tried to balance talks with activities this week. For WBH, the mantra is learn by doing. There are many events this week that are interactive and immersive. If you're watching this from outside Second Life right now or later, and you would like to join us, email us at agelessmindproject@gmail.com. We have many experienced mentors here who will help you as they helped me. And I tip my hat to Treacle especially. Now let's look at the title of this conference. From the founding of WBH, we have tried to create activities in Second Life that reflect current research on healthful aging that come from neuroscience, the creative arts, gerontology, and psychology, for example. Some things remain constant. Taking a holistic approach to aging, treating ourselves as individuals, and choosing a lifestyle that comes most easily and naturally to us, while also incorporating what we can learn from a range of research, makes it more likely that we will adopt a healthy lifestyle and actually put it into daily practice. Here are some of the ways we do this. 5 kinds of activities are based on the research, and that's how we started here. Self-care activities, doing sleep, diet, exercise, relaxation, stress reduction. Those are all under self-care. Cognitive things, things that really challenge us, force us to learn new things. Technology and Second Life are very good for that. Creative activities. Well, Second Life is full of them and our sim is full of them. We have Marley, who's a creativist here, who offers programs. We have Cat's Eye, who offers programs here. Social activities. We have many, many kinds of groups and music programs. Music is wonderful for social activity. People come, they feel relaxed. They don't have to speak if they don't want to. They can if they want to. So that's why we have so much music here. And purpose. Many people who come to visit us decide they want to become members of the collective and do more things with us and for us. So they develop a sense of purpose by coming and discovering that there's more to Second Life than just hanging out. Self-guided and facilitated activities we have. Tuya made this list a few years ago. You can't read all the stuff on it, I know, but there are so many things that we have. I think Tuya said there were 66 kinds of things on the sim you could do. So it's worthwhile taking a look. I think these are also in our Lotus, which is kind of our central location to introduce you to these things. We have opportunities to earn badges, like this wellness achievement activity, the organic bounty. Creating and performing plays like the Galaxy Language, which was created by Dan Cerziao, who just passed away recently, a dear friend. She was a psychologist member of the WH Collective, and she used this to teach us how our minds work while we're participating in this kind of quest activity, which we turned into a play for the Open Sim conference in 2014. And here we have a brain created by a neurologist member of the collective that we can fly inside and watch up close as the areas are activated, which is just a wonderful teaching tool and so much fun inside. And he's always thinking of something new. This is an old picture, but I wanted to show you the areas in the brain that light up when you click on a card. So be sure to get your own Brain Quester hat in the gift box outside here, just outside here. And David tells me he may update that and make it even more accurate, which I'm just crazy to see. And here I want to mention the intergenerational nature of our approach to well-being. We've been partnering with 2 universities outside the United States. The one in Technological University of Dublin, you can see on the left, and Çağ University of Mersin, Turkey on the right. And we've been doing that since about 2020, and it's continued into the spring in spite of the earthquake in Turkey, it was quite an amazing thing to have the students come in. On the right, you can see a graduating class. We have them wear t-shirts for their teams, work in teams, and we help them build in Second Life and learn how to design activities in 3 dimensions in Second Life. We introduce the students to Tai Chi in Second Life here too. They didn't know you could do things like this here. I hope this overview gives you a better sense of how this conference evolved out of the work we've been doing for over 10 years. Now back to the title. You may wonder why we decided to use the word healthful instead of the more familiar healthy. Well, according to my consultant, which was ChatGPT, healthful is a more inclusive term that suggests a proactive approach to aging over many domains. And I think I've shown you how we do that here. What words and images come to your mind for healthful aging? Being open, so nutrition, exercise, creativity, mouthful, David says, being open, talking with people and sharing stories, vitality, hearing music and laughter, using your brain, community. Any more things? These are some of the images that I came up with. Learning about oneself and stories are the foundation of how we learn and create empathy. Yes, stories elicit empathy. So you can see some of the images I thought of. I liked, to me, the little running person on the top right is cute. Courage is important, I think. Food is there. Intergenerational connection is there. Phil says reflection. Marley says creating, manifesting inner life in an outer way with art, music, dance, and so on. General Heron says quality of life. And for me, the heart and brain walking together is important in it. And having, developing and using social intelligence with people is crucial. And how about the term lifelong learning? What words or images come to your mind about lifelong learning? Think broadly. You are never too old to learn something new. Amen to that. Learn one new fact every day. Seeking out people who are different. Learning languages, new languages. You never stop learning. You evolve what you are learning and how, and what you do with it. And Phil says doing, trying. Yeah, effort is really good. Avoiding mental ossification. Being willing to change your mind. Yes. Here are some ideas. All this thing having to do with virtual learning, imagination, right? The picture is of a door opening into a new place and of a tree coming out of a brook. Then we have somebody, the brain there was made by one of Zinnia Zauber's students for us as a kind of logo for Creative Sparks at the beginning. And spirituality is vital too, feeling part of something larger. Yes, these are all parts actually of lifelong learning. So it's not just going to a class. Lifelong learning is a multifaceted term, just like healthful is. It can mean acquiring new skills, taking on new challenges, formal and informal education to benefit body, mind, and spirit, experiential learning, which Second Life excels in. And Phil says observing, don't miss what you might miss. In fact, we named our nonprofit Ageless Mind Project so we could focus on all the elements that contribute to positive neuroplasticity, flexibility, optimism, playfulness, growth, perspective, alertness, lots of things you mentioned already. A final caveat, we've not been able to cover as many areas important to aging as we would have liked. We just didn't have the time. But we hope this is the start of an ongoing interest in aging well here in Second Life. And who knows what spin-offs there might be. Phil says we learn not to be afraid of failure. Yes, definitely. We hope also that more of you watching this from outside of Second Life will consider meeting us here, as well as online on our Substack blog. We want to start conversations there between worlds and between generations. And again, please take a copy of the week's conference schedule from the box by me. It has slurls and landmarks. We often find that failure and mistakes are where we have learned the most in life. Agreed. Finally, I want to thank the other members of the WBH leadership team, Francisco, Cat's Eye, Tuya, Galen, and the many other members of the WBH collective. So many members of our collective for contributing so much time and effort to make this conference possible. We have, as I say, over 30 members now, all doing a variety of things at the conference and on the sim. Many thanks also to our creative consultant, Janaya, who has spent many long days and nights working on this with me. I also want to thank just a few of the many organizations and individuals inside Second Life who have guided, encouraged, and actively supported whole brain health. You can see them here. And those outworld who have been equally supportive in many different but crucial ways. These are organizations I belong to, just a small portion of the ones I belong to that I'm most active in, who have helped me think through so many things and given me such well-documented research. Here are the questions I hope each of us can start to answer for ourselves over the week of this conference. Whether you are in Second Life or watching this from outside, what are you intentionally doing to grow older better? What might you want to add to what you're already doing that you haven't thought about doing? Because we get into ruts even with what we're doing. How can you expand yourself, stretch yourself? Can we help you do any of this? Thank you and welcome to a wonderful week at this conference. And that is where I stop my presentation. Phil asked the question, do you believe that Second Life has helped you to stay young? Yes, I have to say to you that when I was 73, I was very tired because I had been a psychotherapist sitting in a chair 12 hours a day sometimes for 30 years. And that was my midlife career. I had a career before that, college teaching, literature. So I came into Second Life because I live in a small village and a lot of my friends live, an hour or so away from where we live. And so it was difficult for me to do more than go out and have lunch. And it just seemed as though I would be bored doing that. Coming in here has been from the very beginning a challenge, a thrill. So that to me, and it has broadened my idea of what I can do to age well beyond what I've always done. And that I think is really important. Marley says she's 88 and feels exactly the same internally as I did 50 years ago. Yes, inside I am always 35. And many people have said that you can say what age you feel inside. I've discovered a whole another level of creativity since entering Second Life, Janaya says. Yes, that's true for many people. There are people here who never thought of themselves as creative until they came into Second Life and have been able to discover that in themselves. And Janelle says, I can do everything I've lost the ability to do outside, like dancing. People love to dance. Some people love riding horses here because they can't do it anymore or never did it. Ice skating, they never did ice skating or they can't do it anymore. Marley says she was able to bring my lifelong skill set right into a Second Life. Great experience. And Tuya says her partner here, a wonderful person. Amazing person. Yes, you meet people you would not have met because they live a great distance from you, but you have real relationships with them, absolutely. Jasmine says, making art. Jasmine has helped us create a wonderful music and art park on our 4th level here. You must see it and play the instruments, and it's an amazing experience. She brings in people to us all the time who have other skills and keeps the thing going. Marley says, I can see the artists, dancers, actors, writers that come from all over the world. And Janelle says, building too. It's easy here. Yes, many people enjoyed learning how to build. And Jen says, I've done work for companies using role play here to help them prototype. So many opportunities here. Lady Kirsten says, a research project brought me in. Inspiration Island convinced me my life could be more than what it had become, and I'm 37. And I can look however I want to. Yes, look at all the people here. If we can see them all, you can see all the different ways people look. Kat says, learning new things all the time, how to hostess a dance place or a cafe or a club. Jazz clubs are and blues clubs and all kinds of clubs here. How to build, how to do outreach, writing songs, event planning, you name it. Always something new to learn. True in real life too, but it's harder to get to and it costs money. Those are two things that's really important to know. And Marley offers tools here to enhance what people are already doing. So these are so many ways that people have used Second Life, and I hope we've convinced those of you who are watching outside to come try us. We will help you. That people, when I came in, I knew how to do nothing. I would get lost immediately, but people helped me. And that is, I think, a major characteristic of Second Life. Enjoy the rest of the conference.